If I only could make a deal with YouTube, I'd get 'em to give back dislikes. This kind of was inevitable. I feel like some of you knew this had to happen. Yeah. So full disclosure, I've heard this song before, but here on this channel I try to do, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Daniel, and here we generally try to do analysis of songs and try to go into like the lyrics, try to do research, go the extra mile to try and understand what the artist intended with their music. And yeah, this was already requested a bunch of times before the song got really popular again. And then it did, and then it got requested a whole bunch more. And I've kind of been putting off doing it, but I mean, you know, the people have spoken, it must be done. So thank you to everyone who requested this song. And yeah, I don't know the lyrics, so, you know, that's good at least. At least there'll be some reaction to this reaction. Why is this not popping up? Hello? There we are. All right. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you have a good time. Hope you're having a great day. All right, let's jump right into it. The song's 5 minutes long. Maybe I heard it in Stranger Things, and I've heard it on social media 800 times since, but it's always only like 15 seconds of it, so maybe I really haven't heard the song yet, which is good. Then I can title this video that calling it a reaction instead of something else. What is that? I really like the drums on this song. It's a very epic sounding Kate Bush song. Super catchy. I like the kind of icy synth that came in on this second chorus in the background.
You and me.
If I only could. Social media has um kind of ruined the chorus. Hey kitty, I'll let you out in 1 second. I'm almost done. It's kind of ruined the chorus of the song just a little. All right, this is off Hounds of Love, which is this is the first track off Hounds of Love, which is like a bunch of people told me I should just do Kate Bush's whole discography. But some people have said that this is their favorite album or one of the most important albums that she's made. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of good comments here. Let's go through a couple of them. Pretty sure I'd heard this song before Stranger Things. This season did solidify its awesomeness. Okay. What a woman, what an artist, what a musical genius, what a legend. Kate Bush somehow managed to capture the subtle nuances of life, bottle them, and hold them out for all to see. She's one of the very few great musicians of modern times who will join the pantheon of the greats and live on for the benefit of future generations. This is the only song that I don't mind being overplayed. There's just something about it I can never get tired of it. This is about to become the most popular song on earth. The song was my anthem back in primary school. I believe I have the cassette somewhere. This is always going to be one of my favorites. Spoiler alert for season 4. All right. So, okay. The renaissance of the song proves solely that young kids do not like trash. They simply consume what's available. Given a choice, they wisely adopted this song as something from nowadays. I grew up listening to this and many other great songs, and it brings me joy to learn how popular it's become once more. Kate is an unbelievably beautiful and talented woman. This is immensely deserved. Thumbs up to whoever picked this again. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, Stranger Things, the new season. Let's talk about that for a second. Before we go into the lyrics of this specific track, let's talk about how Stranger Things and media in general, and stuff like, that one TikTok that made the Fleetwood Mac song go back to #1. There's been some interesting things happening in the world of music. We've also seen a lot of artists sell their catalogs to the big labels for millions and millions of dollars. We've seen some artists focus on the only thing that seems to be able to bring the spotlight to someone, which is making like a 30-second long thing that ends up becoming like viral on TikTok or whatever. And at the end of the day, you really can't even blame them at that point, because that's what record labels are asking for. The industry's become very weird lately. But yeah, Stranger Things and things like it bringing songs back into the spotlight or bringing stuff into the spotlight is always cool. It's always been happening. But this was huge, especially for me. So I grew up mostly listening to, contemporary Christian music when I was a young lad. And then as I got a little bit older, I was like probably 13 or 14 years old when my dad introduced me to his favorite band, Metallica, and some other thrash metal bands. But Metallica has always held a very special place in my heart. They were one of the first bands to show me how music can tell a story all by itself. Songs like Sanitarium or Injustice for All or Master of Puppets, and the way that they're constructed, where the music is very heavily complementing the lyrics of the song. It was amazing and very mind-blowing when I first started getting into that stuff. So to see Master of Puppets become, a #1 hit, and to suddenly see a lot of people who maybe weren't listening to that before suddenly maybe that's like their gateway into metal music or alternative music. And same with Kate Bush. One thing I was actually surprised about is that they use a Psycho Killer in season 4, and that for some reason did not blow up, or at least not on the same scale. I wish it had, by the Talking Heads. Anyway, yeah. So Kate Bush is an artist that I've had a interesting, relationship with her music. When I first listened to her, it was the song Suspended in Gaffa, and I was not really that big of a fan. I think I was like 15. And as I've listened to more of her stuff, her style and the incredible creativity of what she does has grown on me a lot. And I had never heard this song before Stranger Things. And yeah. So anyway, let's do what we normally do. Running Up That Hill, Deal with God. First single off of the LP Hounds of Love. The song's original title, which was just A Deal with God, was changed at the insistence of EMI's marketing department to be more palatable to religious countries. The single was released on August 5th, 1985, a month before the album's release. The song originally peaked at number 3 on the UK charts, number 6 on the Australian charts, number 30 on the US Billboard Hot 100. My mom hates this song. And when it was like getting popular, she was like, I bet this is what they wanted, to make someone no one's ever heard of popular. And I was like, people know who Kate Bush is, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was just we've had like 7 conversations about it since then. Anyway, 37 years later, a resurgence of popularity shot this song to number 1 on the iTunes charts after it was featured in the sci-fi horror series Stranger Things. The feature also helped it reach number... It wasn't just featured, it was like a major plot device. So was Master of Puppets. Like, when they used those songs, they were like integral to what was going on in the episode. Anyway, the feature helped it reach number 1 on the UK charts, giving Bush her first number 1 since Wuthering Heights in 1978. It also broke 3 chart records, the longest ever gap between number 1 singles, the longest time for a single to reach number 1, and the oldest female artist ever to score number 1. Bush made note of the song's revival on a post to her website where she wrote, "You might have heard that the first part of the fantastic, gripping new series Stranger Things has recently been released on Netflix. Features the song Running Up That Hill, which is being given a whole new lease of life by the young fans who love the show. I love it too, and because of this, Running Up That Hill is charting around the world and has entered the UK chart. It's very exciting. Thanks to everyone who supported the song. I wait with bated breath for the rest of the series in July. Best wishes, Kate." Yeah, she said that she actually really loves the series, so... All right, so verified commentator from Kate Bush herself. "I had an idea of what I wanted to say in the song. I asked Dell to write me a drum pattern, and he wrote this great pattern in the drum machine. So I put the Fairlight on top of it, and that was the basis of the song, with the drum, which played an important part. I was trying to say that a man and a woman can't understand each other because we are a man and a woman. And if we could actually swap each other's roles, if we could actually be in each other's place for a while, I think we'd both be very surprised. And I think it would lead to greater understanding. And really the only way I could think it could be done was either, I thought a deal with the devil. And I thought, well, no, why not a deal with God? Because it's much more powerful, the whole idea of asking God to make a deal with you. We were told if we kept the title, it would not be played in religious countries. Italy wouldn't play it, France wouldn't play it, Australia wouldn't play it, Ireland wouldn't play it. Generally, we might get it blacklisted purely because it had God in the title. Yeah, all right, that's the first of 12 tracks off of Hounds of Love. Let's take a look at the lyrics real quick, which are fairly repetitive, so, It doesn't hurt me. You want to know how it feels? Do you want to know that it doesn't hurt me? Do you want to hear about the deal that I'm making? It's you and me. 1 second, kitty. If I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places, be running up the road, be running up the hill, running up the building, if I only could. So with her context of it being about a man and a woman needing to understand each other and overcome the obstacles in their relationship, it would be easier to do, get over the road, the hill, the building. So they start with a small obstacle, like a straight road, then it's a hill, harder to get over, building, something, how are you going to run over a building? The London Times interview with Mike Nichols? Yeah. Bush said this when speaking about the song. It seems the more you get to know a person, the greater scope there is for misunderstanding. Sometimes you can hurt somebody purely accidentally or be afraid to tell them because you think they might be hurt when really they'll understand. The first and second verse communicate this conflict of miscommunication between a man and a woman, and due to that, Bush is trying to tempt the man into accepting the deal of swapping places. Do you want to know it doesn't hurt me? We both matter, don't we? Come on, baby, etc., etc. In an interview with Richard Skinner, she spoke on the meaning of the song. I think this is what I already read. Yeah, all right. The phrase running up that hill road building is a subtle extension of the idiom, I think. Put yourself in their shoes, meaning to imagine yourself in someone else's situation. Bush would not only swap shoes or switch roles with the man, but feels she could then run up hills or succeed in life much easier if she did. Ah, okay, I understand now. The song was also adopted as a queer anthem, as Bush directly gave permission for the song to be used as an allegory for the LGBT experience in 2021 television drama It's a Sin. Show director Peter, is that actually pronounced Hoare? Spoke about the song's place on the soundtrack in the Guardian interview. The song is about women and men swapping places, and certainly the idea of someone's taking someone's place is pertinent. The way that many of the songs have been embraced by queer people is incredible. These songs weren't written for those reasons, but they now have another life and language to them, which is ours. And in that context, the chorus can be interpreted as a queer person wishing to have the societal acceptance that heterosexual people do, or a transgender person yearning to transition from one gender to another. Then we've got spoiler warnings for Stranger Things Season 4, and just in case anyone here hasn't seen it, I'm not going to go into that. It's a good show. Actually, I really liked the first season. The second and third, I felt like they kind of were less. I mean, I was still invested in it, but I don't know. Don't like them as much. The fourth season's a lot darker, and up until the end, I loved it. The end, there were some things that felt kind of pointless, that didn't really need to happen the way that they did. That's just my opinion, though. Anyway, it's you and me. You and me won't be unhappy. If I only could make a deal with God. Then the bridge. Come on, baby. Come on, darling. Let me steal this moment from you now. Come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the experience. And that's it. That's the whole song. Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. An incredibly popular song right now. Thank you again to the people who requested this. Yeah. It's a good song. My favorite by Kate Bush is still probably Cloud Busting, but this one's good too. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you're having an awesome day. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you want. And if you've been following me for a while, I have an extended play of original music coming out on August 20th on Bandcamp. And it's completely free. Where the first two albums that I made were like free on YouTube, but then you could buy them on Bandcamp and get some like cool extra stuff. This EP you can get on Bandcamp with cool extra stuff for free. And I'm really, really excited about it, and I hope that you check it out when it comes out if you want. And yeah, I think there's probably a thing called a link tree down below in the description with all of my stuff in it if you want to check any of that out. You can follow me on blah, blah, blah. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Deathstroke 9.